Forget the pricey protein powders. The truth is, there are simple everyday foods, delicious, affordable, and natural that can protect your muscles faster and more effectively than any supplement. In fact, one of them can start reversing muscle breakdown in just 30 minutes, and it costs less than $2. The problem with protein powders. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Protein powders. You've seen the glossy ads, right? Smiling seniors holding a shaker cup, sipping on a smooth drink that promises to keep them fit, energized, and strong. Sounds great in theory, but the truth is, those ads leave out a lot of important details. Here's what they don't tell you. Most protein powders are heavily processed. That means during manufacturing, a lot of the natural compounds your body actually needs to build and repair muscle are stripped away. What you're left with is an isolated form of protein, kind of like eating the crust of the bread without the whole loaf. On top of that, many powders are loaded with artificial sweeteners that can upset your stomach, synthetic vitamins that your body struggles to absorb, and additives that do nothing for your health. And let's not ignore what so many older adults already know from bloating, gas, and digestive upset are common side effects. And think about this. For a moment, your body has spent decades adapting to whole, natural foods. That's what it's wired for. Protein powders. They're a modern invention, something your digestive system never evolved to depend on. Why whole foods beat protein powders now? Let's flip the script and talk about why whole foods are so much more powerful. There are 5 big reasons. Reason number 1, food synergy. Scientists use this term to describe how nutrients in whole foods naturally work together in ways no supplement can copy. If protein powder is like listening to a solo instrument, whole food is like hearing the entire orchestra, everything working in harmony. Reason number 2, the factors. Whole foods don't just give you protein. They come with vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and plant compounds that all help protein do its job better. Powders might throw in some synthetic vitamins, but they're not in the natural ratios or forms your body recognizes. Reason number 3, natural protein structures. The proteins in whole foods are left intact, exactly how your body expects them. Powders, they go through high heat and heavy processing, which damages those structures, making them harder to digest and less effective. Reason number 4, steady release. Whole foods release nutrients slowly and steadily, giving your muscles long-lasting protection. Powders hit your system fast, but burn out quickly, leaving you with nothing just as fast. That's a big issue for older adults, who often eat fewer meals throughout the day. And reason number 5, enjoyment. Let's be real, food is meant to be enjoyed. Nobody looks forward to drinking a chalky shake every day for the rest of their life. But delicious meals that include muscle-protecting foods, that's something you'll happily stick with. And consistency is the true secret to staying strong. The foods that protect your muscles. All right, now let's get to the fun part. I'm going to walk you through 8 specific foods that science shows can stop muscle loss, boost recovery, and even reverse muscle breakdown. These are foods you can easily find, foods you'll enjoy, and foods that will do more for your body than any processed powder. Food number 1, ricotta cheese. This is hands down the most powerful muscle food almost no one is talking about. And no, I don't mean cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. I'm talking specifically about ricotta cheese, that creamy, mild, almost dessert-like cheese you might have had in lasagna or spread on toast. So why ricotta? Here's the secret. Ricotta has the highest natural concentration of whey protein of any whole food. But unlike the processed whey you find in powders, ricotta's whey is in its natural form, surrounded by fats and minerals that help your body actually use it. Once you eat it, the whey protein in ricotta gets into your bloodstream quickly. Within minutes, it sends a signal to your body to stop breaking down muscle and start repairing it. And here's where it gets even better. Ricotta is loaded with leucine, about 3 grams per cup. Leucine is like the master switch for muscle building. When your blood levels rise, your muscles get the clear message: stop breaking down, start building up. But ricotta doesn't stop there. It also contains albumin, the same protein found in egg whites, but in a much gentler, easier to digest form. Albumin is one of the most efficient proteins your body can use for growth and repair. No powder on the shelf comes close. Ricotta also delivers calcium in a unique form called calcium lactate, which your body absorbs faster than any supplement. And don't forget, calcium isn't just for bones. It's essential for muscle contraction. Without enough, your muscles literally can't function properly. Now, here's something I really love. Ricotta is naturally soft, creamy, and easy to eat. For older adults who struggle with chewing or swallowing, this is a game changer. It won't cause bloating or discomfort like powders often do. And the versatility, incredible. You can enjoy it sweet with honey and berries, savory spread on whole grain toast, or even stirred into soups instead of heavy cream. Every serving protects your muscles while tasting like a treat, not a medicine. Food number 2. Watermelon. This one might surprise you because watermelon isn't high in protein at all. But it's actually one of the strongest muscle-protecting foods you can eat. Here's why. Watermelon is the richest natural source of an amino acid called citrulline. Your body converts citrulline into arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, that's what opens up your blood vessels, sending more oxygen and nutrients to your muscles, while clearing out waste that causes soreness and fatigue. In plain terms, watermelon helps your muscles recover faster and reduces soreness by as much as 40%. And that's not just for athletes. For older adults, where circulation naturally slows with age, watermelon becomes even more important. It's also packed with potassium, more per wedge than a banana. Potassium keeps muscles working properly and helps prevent cramps. Add in lycopene, the powerful antioxidant that shields muscle cells from damage, and you've got a fruit that works overtime for your strength. Even the natural sugars in watermelon are helpful. After any activity, gardening, walking, housework, your muscles need to refill their energy stores. Watermelon does this perfectly, while citrulline speeds up recovery. Want a tip? Eat watermelon about an hour before or right after activity. Beforehand, it boosts performance. Afterward, it helps recovery. And don't throw away the rind. The white part has even more citrulline. Some people juice it for an extra muscle boost. Alright, we've already talked about ricotta cheese and watermelon too. Very different, but surprisingly powerful foods for protecting your muscles. Let's keep the momentum going and look at more foods that can help you stay strong, active, and independent without ever needing a scoop of powder. Food number 3. Canned salmon. Now, this one might not sound glamorous. I mean, when people think of salmon, they usually picture a fillet served at a nice restaurant. But canned salmon, yes, the kind you can buy right off the grocery store shelf, may actually be one of the most complete, muscle-protecting foods out there. Why? First, the protein. A small can delivers about 25 grams of high-quality, complete protein. That's plenty to keep your muscles fueled and protected. But honestly, the protein is just the beginning. The real star here is the omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. That salmon is loaded with kefir, and here's where it gets fascinating. These omega-3 salts make your muscles more sensitive to protein. That means when you eat protein, your muscles respond better. They take up more of it, they use it more efficiently, and they build strength more effectively. Think of omega-3 salts as amplifiers for the protein you eat. Research shows that older adults who regularly eat fish rich in omega-3 salts lose less muscle and maintain better strength than those who don't. That's a huge deal as we age. And let's not stop there. Canned salmon comes with something many people overlook: the soft, edible bones inside. Don't let that scare you. They're incredibly beneficial. Those bones are packed with calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D, all essential for strong, healthy muscles. And here's the bonus. The vitamin D in salmon is the natural D3 form, which is the same type your body makes from sunlight. That's the form your muscles and bones actually recognize and use. Salmon also contains astaxanthin, the powerful antioxidant that gives salmon its pink color. Astaxanthin directly protects muscle tissue from stress and everyday wear and tear. It's like an invisible shield for your muscles. And finally, the convenience. Canned salmon doesn't require cooking, cleanup, or planning. You can eat it straight from the can, mix it into salads, mash it with avocado on toast, or stir it into a pasta dish. It lasts for years in your pantry, costs around $3, and delivers more benefits than a $50 tub of protein powder. Food number 4. Whole eggs. Now, let's move on to a food that has sparked debate for decades. Eggs. For years, we were told to throw away the yolks, that they were bad for us. But science has finally set the record straight. Whole eggs, yolk included, are among the most powerful muscle-building foods you can eat. Here's the proof. Studies show that eating whole eggs after exercise builds about 40% more muscle than eating the same amount of protein from egg whites alone. Why? Because the yolk isn't just fat and cholesterol. It's loaded with nutrients that boost muscle protein synthesis in ways we're still discovering. Eggs have the highest quality protein score of any food, with a biological value of 100. That means your body can use nearly all of it for growth and repair. But again, it's not just the protein, it's the package. The yolk provides vitamin D, which directly supports muscle function. It gives you choline, which helps your nerves communicate with your muscles. And it provides vitamin A, which is necessary for protein building. Eggs also contain clusters of leucine-rich proteins, natural muscle-building switches that work better than isolated leucine supplements. Here's a tip: eat your eggs with vegetables. The healthy fats in the yolk actually boost your absorption of vitamins from those veggies by up to 7 times. So, a veggie omelette isn't just tasty, it's a nutritional powerhouse for your muscles. And about cholesterol. For most people, especially older adults, the cholesterol in eggs is actually beneficial. It helps your body produce hormones like testosterone, which naturally decline with age and are critical for maintaining muscle. Food number 5. Kefir. This next food is a little less common, but if you've never tried it, you might be in for a pleasant surprise. It's called kefir, a tangy fermented milk drink that's been enjoyed for centuries in Eastern Europe. Kefir is special because it does things for muscle health that protein powders simply can't. For one, it's packed with probiotics, up to 60 different strains of healthy bacteria and yeasts. These probiotics don't just help digestion, they support something called the gut-muscle connection. A healthy gut actually produces compounds that lower inflammation and help your body use protein more efficiently. And here's another bonus. The protein in kefir is already partially broken down by fermentation. That means it's easier to digest and absorb, especially for older adults whose digestion might not be as strong as it once was. Nearly perfect protein use, with none of the bloating or discomfort powders often cause. But here's the real magic. Kefir is rich in casein protein. Casein forms a gentle gel in your stomach, releasing amino acids slowly over about 7 hours. That means if you drink kefir before bed, your muscles are being fed all night long, preventing the breakdown that normally happens while you sleep. On top of that, fermentation in kefir creates bioactive compounds that lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and strengthen immunity, of which directly protect your muscles. It also produces vitamin K2 in the MK7 form, which directs calcium to your muscles and bones instead of letting it build up in your arteries. Want to make kefir even more powerful? Stir in a spoonful of ground flax seeds for extra omega-3s south, or blend it with berries for antioxidants. Unlike chalky protein shakes, kefir is refreshing, tangy, and enjoyable enough to drink daily. Food number 6. Black beans. Now let's shift gears and talk about a plant-based option. Black beans. I know some people think plant proteins aren't strong enough to protect muscle, but research says otherwise. 1 cup of cooked black beans gives you about 18 grams of protein, not bad at all. But what really makes them powerful is their fiber content, especially something called resistant starch. Resistant starch feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which then produce butyrate, a compound proven to protect muscle and improve strength. Black beans also create what scientists call the second meal effect. That means when you eat them, your body actually uses protein better, not just from that meal, but from the next one too. They prime your system to get more mileage out of every bite of food you eat, and that's just the start. Black beans are rich in folate, more than half your daily needs in 1 cup. Folate is essential for making new cells, including muscle cells, but many older adults don't get enough. They also provide magnesium, a mineral involved in hundreds of muscle processes from producing energy to building protein. Without magnesium, your muscles can't use protein effectively, no matter how much you eat. On top of all that, black beans are full of anthocyanins, the same antioxidants that make blueberries so powerful. These protect your muscles from oxidative damage, reducing age-related muscle loss. And the fiber in beans keeps your blood sugar steady, preventing spikes and crashes that accelerate muscle breakdown. The best part, black beans are inexpensive, versatile, and easy to prepare. You can enjoy them in soups, salads, tacos, or even just as a simple side dish. We've now covered 6 foods: ricotta, watermelon, canned salmon, eggs, kefir, and black beans, all with unique ways of protecting your muscles. But we're not done yet. In the next part, we'll go over to final powerhouse foods. Food number 7. Beets. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Beets, those earthy red vegetables people either love or hate. But let me tell you, when it comes to muscle function, beets are one of the most underrated foods you can eat, especially as you get older. Beets are the richest natural source of dietary nitrates. Don't let the word nitrates worry you. These are the good kind. Your body turns them into nitric oxide, the same compound we talked about earlier with watermelon. Nitric oxide relaxes and widens your blood vessels, boosting blood flow to your muscles by up to 20%. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, and better removal of waste products that cause fatigue. Studies show that beet juice or cooked beets can improve muscle efficiency by as much as 16%. In simple terms, your muscles can do the same amount of work with less effort and less damage. For older adults, that's a game changer. It means more stamina for daily activities like gardening, walking, or even just climbing stairs. But there's more. Beets contain betalains, the pigments that give them that deep red-purple color. Betalains are natural anti-inflammatories that directly target muscle inflammation, one of the leading causes of age-related muscle loss. Beets also provide betaine, a compound that helps your body produce creatine naturally. Creatine is vital for muscle strength and quick energy, but your natural production declines as you age. Beets help restore it. And here's something else. The natural sugars in beets are released slowly, giving you steady energy without spiking your blood sugar. That's important for protecting muscles and preventing breakdown. If you're not a fan of beet flavor, don't worry. You can roast them with a little olive oil and herbs, blend them into smoothies with berries, or even buy beet powder for a milder taste. Food number 8. Sardines in olive oil. Finally, let us talk about what may be the single most powerful muscle-protecting food of all. Sardines packed in olive oil. Now, I get it, sardines aren't everyone's favorite. But hear me out. A single small can of sardines delivers about 23 grams of complete protein. That alone is impressive. But the magic is in the extras. Sardines are one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, providing up to 70% of your daily needs in one serving. And as we mentioned earlier, low vitamin D is directly tied to muscle weakness and faster muscle loss in older adults. They're also packed with omega-3 fatty acids, just like salmon, but in a more concentrated form. These healthy fats make your muscle cells more sensitive to protein's growth signals. That means every gram of protein you eat works harder when paired with omega-3 south from sardines. And here's the kicker. Being packed in olive oil adds another layer of benefit. Olive oil's healthy fats not only help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins, but they also fight inflammation. So now you've got fish oil and olive oil working together, a true synergy for muscle protection. Sardines also deliver CoQ10, a nutrient your muscle cells rely on to make energy. CoQ10 levels naturally drop with age, which is one reason fatigue becomes more common. Sardines restore it in a highly absorbable form. And don't forget the tiny soft bones inside.